morning. Good morning. Alright, good morning YouTube. Today is day 2 of the bulk. Hope you guys can see me okay. It's already getting pretty light out behind me, but I do have my red light on, in front of me over here that I have on in the morning. I don't really think it does too much in the morning, honestly. It really helps at night though, to not have that blue light. Like, I can be one of those people that testifies to that now. Like, that not having that really helps me sleep. But yeah, so welcome back. And I know that first video really didn't say anything or say much at all. But at the same time, as I said, like, I just have to get started, and even editing that and all that really helped me. So I just wanted to put that out there. And so, yeah, now time to really get into filming, the vlog style of like what I want. And I kind of thought about like thinking of some of this stuff, why it's a little hard, at least for me at first right now, is because, I'm just starting, like jumping in, everyone's just jumping in right in the middle when I've already done so much stuff. And I think of, as I'm like trying to think of something to say, it's like, oh, well, they haven't filled you guys in yet. So I think I just gotta do that slowly. And I think that's just how this goes at the start. But yeah, like I said, today's day 2. Yesterday I did a shoulder and triceps day. I am doing the Dorian Yates split. I'm a huge fan of that style now. And again, this is like to fill you guys in type of thing, because I've done it all. I've done freaking 3 days, like upper lower in high school. It's awful. Like, always it would work fine for like 2 months and then just like crash and burn. And then I've done the push pull legs. And especially when I started taking stuff, it's like, you're up in the weight so much faster and just totally taxes my central nervous system. And so if you're to, I don't know, I think if you're going to do that, you just can't go to like absolute failure, which is what I've always done. I like pushing myself to absolute failure. I think that works. But yeah, so I did the push pull legs, and then I had to do like push pull legs one off. I tried the Arnold split, which was shoulders, arms, chest, back, and legs, 6 days. I mean, awful. Like, literally crash and burn in like 4 or 5 weeks on that. And so again, so some of the stuff I'll just have to get into. Like, so a lot of the like cycles ended up being pretty short in the beginning from either like health nonsense or stuff like that. Like, I had my knees just like killing me when I was trying to squat twice a week. It was just awful, like just so awful. So yeah, anyways, now on the Dorian Yates split, where it's 2 on, 1 off, and then after legs, I take 1 or 2 days off. I pretty much have a self-regulating 2 days off a month because I do get a massage, and so it doesn't line up with legs actually, but I do have to take usually 2 days off. Because if I try to push it like just 1 day rest and then go right back into it, depending on that day, especially like with shoulders, like 2 days after massage for shoulders is not a good idea, which I've tried. So yeah, it's usually I end up taking 2 days off there. So that's kind of a good self-regulating rest period there. Yeah, so I'm gonna be just vlogging like all of this stuff. And for the gym content though, I don't know how it is for you guys, but like there is nobody, no one, literally no one filming like freaking iPhone content or anything at my gym. I just go to a general gym here, and there's none of that. Like, there is, like, I've been going there for 3 years, and in those 3 years, I've literally seen 3 people with tripods. And one of them was just a couple weeks ago, actually, and I was gonna go ask, like, dude, how are you like even filming here? Like just because like I'm starting to do this, I was like, how are you like doing that? Because just the people there, like it's nothing against them, but just the atmosphere there, like no way is not welcoming to doing that. Like I don't know, I just could not do that. But either way, like I don't know, I don't feel like it's missing that much. Like I do wish I could like my top sets. Like if I could show you just like one of set from each workout, I mean from each set, I think that would be ideal like for me. Like that's kind of what like Mark Plummer does. And I like that part, like because when it comes to actual like training advice, uh, nothing against like anyone else, but unless you're like Chris Bumstead, like I just don't really care to like watch you in the gym. I mean, and if you're going for like that content, like when Chris has his like chest and back day, I think he just had. So like for something like that, like I'm gonna watch because it's freaking Chris Bumstead. But if you're not Chris Bumstead, like I don't know, I just don't want to like watch like that part. Like I feel like depending, yeah, like if I want some training advice, like I'm gonna go listen to Dorian Yates. Like I'm gonna go listen to Chris Bumstead, Nick Walker, all of that. But then when it comes to like pharmacology or something, it's like, well, I'm gonna go. I mean, Derek doesn't do any videos anymore, but Derek's old videos. You got Leo and Longevity, RIP. I've been watching a lot of his old videos, and his podcast is just like so full of information. It's awesome. Vigorous Steve, obviously. Whenever I want to learn about that information, like those are the places I'm going for that stuff. And then when it comes to just vlogging, I mean, that's where like Russo kind of has like that crossover, like in between stuff, which I do like. And then same even with Mark, like he has some crossover type stuff, but a lot of it is, just the vlogging with some of that crossover into information. Yeah, so I don't feel like it's missing too much by me not filming in the gym. So yeah, I'm just gonna be filming all the other stuff and, talking about what I'm doing all the other time. The gym's only an hour of my day, so all the other stuff, meals and everything else, like and how the workouts went though and stuff. We'll obviously talk about all that, but yeah. So let me see. So to fill you guys in for yesterday, I'm gonna try to put some stuff up on the screen over here. So yesterday was shoulders and triceps. I think it's huge to stick to a routine. Like I really like to do a specific order of what I'm doing, but you gotta, you know, roll with punches or whatever. It's not like it's that big a deal. I mean, yeah, it just is. It makes it a lot easier. Obviously, it just makes it so much easier to track your progress if you're doing the exact same routine, like sets and workout order. If you can like somehow do that week in and week out, that is totally ideal to track your progress. So yesterday I had to do the triceps push down. I don't like to start with that. Like I feel like once you start getting heavy enough, like just the force of gravity is fighting against you. But again, you got to do what you got to do. All the other cables were taken, so had to do that. And then I did the tricep. Like I don't know what to call it. I just call it the tricep katana with the cables. It's not the overhead one where it's one where you just straighten out like this. I feel like that really hits my long head. In the shortened range, I heard that from Ethan Holmes, I think. I've seen him, and I think it was Hunter Labrada too. I saw him doing that. He really likes that, and yeah, I really feel like that hits the long head like really well in that shortened position, like kind of the whole triceps. But and then I do the triceps overhead like this with the cables, and I love that. Like if I do it with the rope, like that kills my shoulder. Any of the overhead stuff, but doing that with the cables, I get no shoulder pain. And I've had shoulder surgery on my right shoulder, and so if you have shoulder issues, like I really recommend that for the overhead tricep stuff. And then after that, I kind of just quickly go into a side tricep, just single arm like cable. I only do that for my left side because I don't know if you can see, kind of like my left insert sucks. It's just it's not the worst there is. I feel like there's some where it has that like U or it has that like I don't know that like slanted like shape up like that. I don't know how to describe that. But I feel like the worst is when it's just like that and then it just cuts off. So it's the top part and then it just cuts off and goes small. And then there's some where it's just like really like thin the whole way. And I feel like mine's like a little thicker than some of those, but like, so second or third worst, like it's not good. And you couldn't really see the right side, just lighting, I think. But my right side is way better. Like just the insert is way better. And so I do that for my left arm, just hit that side tricep specifically. Yeah, like the cables were like taken, so I probably will change the order a little bit for this. I like to throw in my one shoulder set maybe a little earlier. But even this for like, so dumbbell lateral raise, I do not like to start off with that for shoulder issues. It just, for my right side, I kind of feel like that rotator cuff, it'll pinch a little bit if I start getting too heavy. So I like to do the cables. I don't get pain with the cables at all, doing the lateral raise. And so I want to do the lateral raise with the cables first and then do the dumbbells. But you got to do what you got to do. And it was towards the end of my workout and just getting started off my break, which I guess I don't think I've said, but I took 4 weeks off from my last cutting cycle. And I guess I'll get into that in another video, but not 4 weeks off from the gym. It was 2 weeks off from the gym though. And then one like super light week. And then last week was getting back into normal. I usually, again, so like I keep saying, like I have shoulder issues. So like I do not dumbbell press. Like I'm not dumbbell pressing, like screw that. Like I don't, if you have shoulder issues, I have no idea why you would entertain that even. Like I've tried that and it might go good for a while, and as soon as you just get a little off in your form, you're pushing the weight even just a little bit. I'm not even talking about ego lifting. It just murders my rotator cuff, just murders it. And so I've done that enough in high school and early college. Like screw that, like no way. But at the very end, doing lightweight on the stupid like Lifetime Fitness machine or whatever, where you can just get that like good angle for it and use the machine. And again, using super lightweight. I've had no issues with that, but that was taken. And I did just start doing that like 2 months ago. And yeah, super lightweight. Like it's just, I'm not pushing myself. Well, I am pushing myself at the end, I guess I'd say, but I'm not doing it like once I'm fatigued. I mean, it's the very last thing I do. But so this time I did just like the front cable raise. So just 2 arms, kind of with that like slanted bar on the outside like that and just raised up. That is 4 sets of triceps. We'll go 4.5 because I did that extra one on my left. And then 4 sets for my shoulders. I'll wrap this first part up here now. I already had my protein shake. I kind of change up what I do for breakfast. Like I do not like eating in the morning, but you definitely got to eat something if you're working out in the morning like this. It makes a world of difference. I think that's good for now. Today's back day, back and rear delts. So again, on that Dorian split, lifting heavy. So I think that's it for now, and I'll check in after the workout. Just got back from the gym now, and I'll talk about my back workout later, but kind of in a little bit of a rush to go to the doctor's appointment, so I'll catch you guys up later today. See, here she is. She's real, not just making it up. I am married. I told you I'm starting a YouTube account, but I was lying. This is actually going to be a Pornhub account.
Funny. Let's go.
But, alright. Yeah, we're going to the doctor's now. Got a big doctor's appointment. I haven't talked about any of that stuff yet, but I think I will later. And so I'll check back in a little bit. Alright, and I'm back. It is 7:30 right now. I'll try to keep a better update throughout my day, but it was a little busy and an off day with the doctor's appointment this morning and then kind of getting home from work and all that, but I'll definitely try to keep more up to date from that. I hope this looks okay too. You can see again with the red light, but when it comes to the nighttime, like this is a non-negotiable. I hope this like isn't killing the screen or anything, but when it comes to, the morning, I'm more open to, like I said, that's just a routine. But when it comes to nighttime, like, no way. Lights are off, red light is on. Honestly, I even wear the red light glasses a lot. Blue light glasses, not red light, blue light glasses a lot. And it really does make a difference. Like, I'm not watching TV and all that. Like, as someone who's a real insomniac, like, no, not happening. So let me check my calories for today. So total right now I'm shooting for 3,500, and I think that's a little above my maintenance. Like, my maintenance was around like 32, 3,300 before my cut. And some of the stuff, like I said, I'm just gonna have to fill you guys in with like my takeaways. So I'll try to remember to talk about this then. But my maintenance was around like 3,300 before, and doing like a 4-month cut, metabolism definitely slows down at least a little bit. And so I think 3,500, like, I don't really know what my maintenance is because I was just like keeping it pretty low right before this. I think I was eating like 2,500 even on the off cycle period. Yeah, so I feel like 3,500 is like a decent surplus to start. And yeah, so far today I've had 3,200, and so I just have 300 for this last meal. And I am trying to, at least on uh, training days, it's really easy to stick to 6 meals. Like, I feel like training really drives up my hunger, but on non-training days it's a little hard. But I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do for that, and probably try that tonight. But I think I'm going to talk about all the details of what I'm doing exactly in my next video, which I'll probably film tomorrow, just to fill you guys in on what exactly I'm doing, since I haven't talked about any of that yet. But yeah, and so right now too, I am in my office, which, especially from this view, looks nice and clean. To clean it up, it's kind of just our storage slash office here. Yeah, so I think something else I should go over is, like I did for the shoulder day yesterday, I'll fill you guys in, and I'm gonna try to put it up on the screen. Like, should be able to do that on iMovie, but you never know. But so I'm starting off with the hammer strength high row, and I really love that for my mid back. I really feel that in like the mid traps. I mean, way better than anything else. Like, if I do a cable row that's for mid back, I'm feeling that in my teres. But when it comes to like my mid traps, that hammer strength high row, like, nothing beats that in my eyes. Like, I've tried the Yates shrugs. You can Google that if you don't know what that is, and that's to hit your mid traps more. And I feel that just at the same area, so I just do these hammer strength high rows because it just kills my mid traps perfectly. And something new I'm doing. I am doing a barbell row, because I used to just do the underhand hammer strength machine, but it started to give me, like, the way the pads sat is just it was pushing too much on like my top of my like abdomen, I guess. It was just weird. I don't know. It was just really weird. So I've had something like that happen with the chest supported, just neutral grip row, where it was like really hurting my left side of my chest at one point. And so I was like, oh my God, what's going on? But stopped doing that. That went away. It's the same thing with this. As soon as I stopped doing that underhand hammer strength machine, it just totally went away. And so I was doing lat pull downs, even with, I don't really like the the classic lat pull down bar. That like does not feel good for my shoulder. So I've done like one with like the kind of neutral grip that I feel hits my teres a little more, like some lat obviously, but not as much lat as I want. And then even the V-bar lat pull downs, I just don't feel like that hits my lats the way I want it to. Like, that underhand lat pull down, like maybe I'll throw that in at the end, honestly, because I really felt that in my lats. But anyways, so, to replace that though, I'm doing barbell rows now, and I don't really do much. Well, I've never done barbell rows, but again, I just have to, I want this at the beginning of my workout, hitting my lats. I need to hit my lats. And so right now I'm only doing 2 plates I have 6 reps with like 1/2 rep. And then I drop that down to 1 plate with 25 on it for 7 reps. And I do like pushing the weight up with, like for that first set. I'm not ego lifting, but to push, you gotta push your strength. Like I've definitely learned that. You gotta keep pushing your strength somehow, and not to have like completely perfect form in a way. I'm not saying to ego lift, but you gotta push the strength a little bit in my eyes. Like, find that sweet spot in between. And then I like doing the back offset, which is lighter weight. And then being lighter weight, you can just really focus on the squeeze of the muscle or whatever it is, whatever the exercise you're doing. And so for these rows, I really felt that squeeze on that second set. And so I like that. And then I did a wide neutral grip row. So I'll try to put a picture up of that bar, and just a cable row. So doing that with cables, I really like that for my Terries. So like for that one, I do feel some mid trap, but I just totally feel that in my Terries, just like completely. I'm gonna do the single hand cable rows because again, I need to just find stuff to replace for my lats, like. And so I've been feeling that one really good. I was doing that in my off cycle a few weeks ago, and just doing the neutral grip. So just neutral grip, single arm, I guess, at the same time, but single arm. Doing that feels really good. I really felt that in my lats, get a good squeeze. And then I did throw in a drop set for that since back on the bulk. So when I was cutting, did not do any of that, but I feel like I can, just starting off too. So throwing it in here and there, and then by the last week of my cycle, you gotta push it. But I did do a drop set of 50 and I only did 3 reps. Like I was done by that point. And then to end it off, I do rear delt exercises. And so just today I did rear delt cable flies. I did a 7 rep set, 17 and a half, 12 and a half, 7.5 reps, and then 7.5 pounds, only 6 reps. And that's where if you guys know what I'm talking about, I'll try to put a picture of the machine, like 7.5. It's like, yeah, but I only did 6, I don't know. It's not like that, especially rear delts, they're not fatiguing that much. But that's where, at least for me, I can tell, my rear delts are getting worked during my back work, because by the end of it, I'm doing freaking 7.5 pounds. It's I hope no one's looking, oh my God, that's literally nothing. And, only doing 6 reps. But, so just really focusing on that squeeze, not pushing strength for your rear delts. Nobody cares about that. So just really focusing on that. And so that is my back workout. So let's see, 6 sets for back and 3 sets for rear delts. So I was really, really happy with it. My, off cycle, but my back workout the week before, it was a little different, but, already up the weight slightly. And the reps, I'm pretty sure, actually. So definitely a positive back workout. Yeah, definitely a positive day overall. So it is almost 8. So I'm going to go get my last meal and then I'll check in after. And I'm back. So I just had a can of the Kroger oysters, which they're a little under $3. I think it's a great deal for... It's around 40 to 45 grams of protein. Just if you like oysters, it's just such a quick, easy eat. And then just a little bit of coconut oil. And, I know some of you guys are going to start really showing you my diet and all that. But we are supporters of Ray Peat on this channel. Doesn't mean you have to follow everything, but when it comes to certain things that I've applied to my life, it's just pretty crazy. I now just from, again, it's like in between period of my cut, like when I added coconut oil into my diet, it's pretty crazy. Like the extra calories, like even though you're getting these extra calories, it did boost my metabolism noticeably. Like I will go out on a limb to say that, which is pretty crazy, which is something he talked about. And so, again, not everything anyone says is going to be 100% accurate, but when it came to that, I was pretty surprised. Like, wow. And so, especially when it's late like this, like I go to bed, I'm going to bed like 9:30, 10 at the latest. But yeah, when it's late like this, I don't really like to eat too many carbs. Like I will sometimes have some fruit juice, or some fruit even, but yeah, I really focus on carb heavy foods in the beginning of the day, and as the day goes throughout, like around my workout. So right at the beginning of the day, I'm working out in the morning, so all my like huge amounts of carbs then, and then it just starts getting less and less and less through to dinner, and then whatever you want to call this, late night meal. Like that was my sixth meal, and yeah, I plan on eating 6 meals a day. But yeah, when I did turn off the red light, and I do have my salt lamp on over here, because when I got up to leave, my wife's going to bed, and I was telling her about it. I was like, oh, even no matter how it looks, at least right now, especially like I'm posting that, and she's like, it's gonna look so weird. Like you cannot film at night then. And so I was like, oh damn, like I need to figure something out. So to me at least, this looks a lot better. A lot. I don't know if I'd say weird, but yeah, I guess like it's probably gonna look pretty weird. That last clip, even in the morning, I'll have to figure something out. That's not freaking red light. Looks weird. I will say that, but yeah. So overall, great day, and I think that really wraps it up for this video. Yeah, so tomorrow is my rest day, and I'm gonna film either the key takeaways from my cut or what I'm doing. I think I'll probably film that actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I'll film what I'm doing since I keep mentioning it, and since I'm on my bulk right now. So I'll get into the details of what my cycle is and all that, but I have to show my physique and all that kind of stuff to get started. You gotta start somewhere. So, but yeah, I think that really wraps it up for tonight. I'm just gonna hang out here, watch some YouTube and watch some TV, figure something out, but relax, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you somehow are watching my videos right now, especially so this early on, I really appreciate that. Make sure to comment something down below. Like if you're somehow watching this, like wow, I don't know how honestly, but really appreciate that. So thank you, and I'll see you guys soon.